Have you ever noticed something strange about the birds in your backyard? You step outside with a handful of seed. A bird lands on the feeder, but it doesn't eat. Instead, it watches you. Its head tilts slightly. Its eyes stay fixed on every movement you make. Seconds pass, sometimes 10, sometimes 30. Only after you stand still does it finally lower its head and begin to feed. Most people assume the bird is simply being cautious, but that's not what is happening. That brief pause is one of the most remarkable decisions a wild animal makes every single day. In those few silent seconds, the bird is asking a question. Are you the same human I trusted yesterday? The answer determines whether it stays or disappears before you even realize it was there. Welcome back to Backyard Bird Word. If you love discovering the hidden lives of the birds that visit your backyard, you're in the right place. Today, we're uncovering the silent test every wild bird gives you before taking a single bite and why most people never realize they're being evaluated. Wild birds don't survive by taking chances. Every day they face predators, changing weather, competition, and countless dangers that humans rarely notice. A single mistake can be fatal. That's why a bird never arrives at your feeder without first gathering information. Long before it lands, it has already been watching. From the highest branch, from a nearby fence, from deep inside a tree where you cannot even see it. Scientists studying bird behavior have discovered that many backyard birds spend far more time observing than feeding. They collect tiny details: how fast you walk, whether you stop suddenly, how loudly you close the door, whether you always appear at the same time. To us, these moments seem ordinary. To a bird, they become data. Every visit adds another page to a mental record. Slow movements? Safe. Calm voice? Safe. No chasing? Safe. The bird isn't judging your personality. It's measuring your predictability. Because in nature, predictable usually means survivable. Here's something extraordinary. You have a reputation in your backyard, not among your neighbors. Among your birds, every quiet morning, every time you refill the feeder without rushing, every afternoon you sit outside reading, the birds are updating what scientists call a behavioral model. Little by little, they begin predicting what you will do next. And when their predictions keep coming true, something incredible happens. You stop being an unknown. You become part of the landscape. Think about that for a moment. The old oak tree doesn't chase birds. The garden bench doesn't surprise them. Neither does the stone path. Eventually, if your behavior remains calm and consistent, your presence begins to feel just as familiar. Not because the birds have forgotten you're human, because they've learned exactly what kind of human you are. And for a wild animal, that knowledge changes everything. One day, a bird that always flew away suddenly stays. Not because it became brave overnight, because you've spent weeks, perhaps months, quietly earning that moment without even realizing it. Researchers describe trust as something that grows gradually. But the decision itself often happens all at once. There comes a morning when the bird no longer prepares for escape the instant you appear. Its body relaxes. Its wings remain folded. Its eyes continue watching, but no longer with panic. That tiny change is enormous. It means your brain isn't the only one remembering yesterday. The bird's brain is remembering too. Birds possess remarkable memories. Many species recognize individual faces. Others remember voices. Some even recall specific locations years later. So when a familiar bird lands closer than it ever has before, it isn't acting on instinct alone. It's acting on experience. Every peaceful encounter has become evidence. Evidence that you have never tried to harm it. Evidence that your footsteps always end the same way. Evidence that your presence predicts safety instead of danger. Trust in the wild isn't built with affection. It's built with proof. Even after birds trust you, they never completely stop watching. And that's actually a good thing, because watching is how birds stay alive. The difference is what they're watching for. At first, they're searching for danger. Later, they're searching for change. Has something become different today? Are your movements faster? Is there another person nearby? Did a predator enter the yard? Every glance is an update. Every observation keeps your reputation current. This is why one frightening experience can temporarily undo weeks of trust. But it's also why dozens of peaceful mornings slowly rebuild it again. The relationship is alive. It's never frozen. Every sunrise writes another chapter between you and the birds that share your yard. Most people believe they're simply feeding wildlife. In reality, they're participating in one of nature's quietest conversations. One built entirely without words. The next time you step outside, don't rush. Stand quietly. Listen. Watch the birds before they watch you. Somewhere nearby, hidden among the branches, tiny eyes are already studying every movement you make. Not because they're afraid, because they're remembering. Remembering every peaceful morning, every gentle refill of the feeder, every calm voice carried through the air, every moment you chose patience over excitement. And one day, without any announcement, something beautiful happens. A bird lands closer than ever before. It keeps eating while you stand only a few feet away. It looks at you not with fear, but with quiet confidence. Most people would call that luck, but it isn't luck. It's trust. Trust that was never demanded, never forced, never bought with food alone. It was earned through dozens of ordinary moments that seemed too small to matter. And perhaps that's the most beautiful lesson birds can teach us. The strongest relationships in nature are rarely built through grand gestures. They're built through consistency, through patience, through showing up again and again without asking for anything in return. So if a wild bird has ever stayed just a little longer than you expected, if one has ever watched you without flying away, or landed close enough that you could hear the quiet rustle of its feathers, take a moment to appreciate what you're truly seeing. You're witnessing the rarest gift a wild creature can offer. Not obedience, not friendship, but a decision that, after watching you for countless quiet mornings, you have become someone it no longer needs to fear. And in a world where survival depends on making the right choices, there may be no greater compliment than that. If this story changed the way you see the birds in your backyard, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join Backyard Bird Word. Every visit from a wild bird has a story, and we're here to uncover it together. I'll see you in the next video.